Today I'm going to be taking my best tips as a video editor, how to outsource your video editing. And I'm putting them all together to give you all the information that you need to know to make that choice. First, let's talk about when exactly is the right time to start outsourcing your videos. Hiring a video editor in your business can be a big step to having your videos look more professional and having them be a higher quality, while also saving you a ton of time. So I'm going to aid you in deciding whether or not you should be hiring a video editor or if it's time to do so yet. So number one, you have an overwhelming amount of work to do. Video editing takes up a lot of time. I mean, I'm sure I didn't have to tell you that. So if you're struggling to keep up with like your video content demand, so maybe you're creating more videos than you're able to get out, or you're wanting to up those amount of posts that you're creating, but you just don't seem to have enough time to get out a quality video or a piece of content every single time, and those business tasks just keep piling up, it's definitely time to start thinking about outsourcing to a video editor. The second reason you should think about hiring a video editor is because you have a limited skill set. Now, personally, me, I always recommend, and I'm a big, advocate for business owners trying every role in their business at least once. So whether that be sales, video editor, or, social media, all of these little skills, I recommend that you try them at least once so you can know what's for you and what's not for you. And also, when it's time to outsource to somebody to do these tasks, you will know, a little bit about what they're doing. And the third reason kind of goes with what I was just speaking of before, and that's because you want the quality of your videos to be better. You know they could be better, and you want to up the quality a little bit. A video editor can definitely help with that. Now, the fourth reason is time constraints. As we know, video editing can take up a lot of time. So what takes you 4 hours to edit, it probably takes a video editor only 1 hour to edit that video. So by hiring a video editor, you would be reclaiming all of those hours that you would be spending otherwise editing the video. And then you could spend those hours doing other things. Nowadays, there's just so much video content being created. So there is webinars, live streams, podcasts, short video content, the whole 9 yards. So when it becomes overwhelming and it's time to outsource, one of the questions that usually pops up is like, okay, what exactly can I hand off to a video editor to edit? So today I'm going to give you 8 tasks that you can outsource to a video editor so they can take care of it so you can free up more of your time. So the first type of video content that you can outsource, and this is one of the most common, is short video content. So we have our TikToks, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, all of that. So whether you film the video yourself on your camera or your phone, or you want someone to clip up some of your webinars or your live streams, there's an editor that can do that. The second type of video that you can outsource is your course content. So let's say that you are creating a course and it's a lot of course content, so probably like hours of content, and you just want somebody to take out all the long pauses, the ahs, the ums, maybe add some of your branding in there, like your logo and such. An editor can also help you with that. The third type of videos that a video editor can edit is live streams and webinars. So whether you want to repurpose that video and maybe put a shorter version on YouTube, or maybe take some shorts or TikToks from that webinar, an editor can also do that too. The fourth type of content is a podcast. So they can clean up that audio, they can make clips for you to promote the podcast, because as we know, it's not enough to just create the podcast. We actually need to, let people know that it's out there. So creating clips is the best way to do that. So they can create clips, and if it's a video podcast, it's even better because your face is attached to it, and you should definitely be clipping that up and posting that on social media, as well as editing the long form video. Now, I have a whole playlist on repurposing video content. I'll also link that down below in the description box. But the next type of video that an editor can edit is YouTube videos. So I know on YouTube there's like a lot of different niches, and there's like a lot of different ways you can put videos up. So there's like reaction videos, there is faceless videos, There's talking head videos. So you basically want to find an editor that does the specific type of video that you're wanting to post. So let's say it's a reaction video. That video is going to require a different type of editing than a talking head video. So, just finding a video editor that has already done what you're looking for is great. Or finding an editor that's willing to learn how to edit that type of video. The fifth type of video that a video editor can edit is a intro video. So we have YouTube intros, you have podcast intros, but then you can also make intros for other things. So let's say you're doing a presentation. You could also do a presentation intro. The sixth type of video that you can outsource is faceless explainer videos. So there's video editors that specialize in creating videos in like Doodly or, animated people that move around that basically does not require you to actually record it. The seventh video is testimonial videos. So they can take your testimonial video and they can put your brand on it, and they can also remove the like, ums, and the long pauses from your testimonial videos as well. The eighth video is event highlights and behind the scene videos. So let's say you and a few of the people that you work with took a whole bunch of videos and pictures at the event, or you collected a lot of pictures from the event and you want to put all the videos together. There's a video editor that'll be able to do that too. So there are dozens, probably hundreds of other type of videos that you can create. But I just wanted to go over some of the common ones that business owners use. Over my past few years freelancing, I've had these conversations with either other freelancers or my clients to where either when a project came out, everybody was not satisfied, or either the client or the freelancer got like completely ghosted. And for those of you who don't know what ghosted means, it just means when someone just completely drops off the face of the earth and you don't know what happened to them. Now, as a freelancer and as a business owner who has had to hire out for certain things, I have been on both sides. And I can say almost every single time these things has happened in a project, there were some warning signs that I could have probably paid more attention to, or basically some questions that I could have asked beforehand that would have just made this not happen altogether. So today I'm going to give you 8 questions to ask before hiring your next video editor. So the first question that you can ask is, have you seen their work? Now I know this is a pretty simple question, but have you actually looked at it? And have you looked at multiple samples? Also, ask them, what was their role in creating this video? So most of the time, editors, they just don't do one thing. So maybe they shot it, maybe they came up with the idea. So, ask them these questions to sort of get a better idea of their involvement in their projects. And then the next question that you're going to want to ask, and this has to do with the first one, is, do they have the type of video that you're actually looking for? So can they replicate the style that you're asking for, basically? So today there is like multiple types of videos that people can edit and that you can use. So there's the Alex Harmonzi style videos. There's like Dan Coe style videos. There's like Iman Gadzhi style videos. So do you see these type of videos that you want in their portfolio? And ask them, if you know what the type of style that you're asking for is, ask them, have you edited this type of video before? And do you know how to do that? And then once you've seen that they've done the type of video that you're asking for, or maybe they haven't, the next thing you can look for is, do you actually like the style of the type of videos that they edit? So video editors, we are creative. So everybody has their own unique style. So even though they may know how to edit the type of video that you're asking for, their style may be a little different because they may put their own little twist on it. So do you like that? And the next question you want to ask is, do you know what type of results you're looking for in the video? And I've said this before in other videos, but basically you want to have a purpose for every single video that you create, especially as a business owner. So if you're putting out a series of videos, are you looking for people to book more calls with you? Are you just looking to get more eyes on your page? Like, what exactly are you trying to do with these videos? This is also a good thing for you to let the video editor know so they can put call to actions in your videos. And then they also know who and what your video is going out for. So that helps them in the video creation process. And then the next question is, have you actually spoken to this person on the phone? And do you like their personality? Now, I know that in today's age, it's like super easy to just send people text messages and send people emails and you guys go back and forth that way. But I do recommend you get on the phone with them at least one time. It doesn't have to be every day, but at least one time. I believe that first impressions are everything, and most of the time when we talk to somebody or we're just meeting somebody for the first time, we know whether we click with them automatically. And we also know when something's off. So having this phone call, it just puts everything more at ease, in my opinion. And then again, also, and I talked about this in another video, you get to tell them exactly what you want, and then they get to tell you their processes and what you can expect from them as a video editor, which is also a really good thing to know before starting a project. The next question that you're going to want to sort of keep in mind is, are they actually excited about this project? The more excited a person is to create a project, the more work and the more effort they're actually going to put into it. If they're not really excited and it's just like, it's just another project, you know, it's not really, you might not get the best results with that. So them being excited about the video project and you also being excited about the video project, it's like, you know, match made in heaven. The next question is, do you want specific software or equipment used for the project? Now, for example, I know for me, I've had clients that they were like, you know, we really want someone who edits the videos on Premiere Pro so we can actually go inside the project. I don't know why they wanted to go inside the project when I was done, but I put it on Premiere Pro and sent them over the project files when I was done. Or another example is, you know, someone reached out to me and he was very video tech savvy. So he was like, you know, I really want my videos to be shot in 4K at 60 frames per second. Now, that was probably the most video savvy client that I've ever worked with. And I was like, okay, this is really cool that you know this information. But I had to let him know, I'm like, my camera shoots up to 4K, but it only shoots in 30 frames per second. And unfortunately for him, that was a deal breaker, which was completely fine with me. So again, you know, knowing these specific things can really help. And the last question to ask yourself is, what is your budget? What are you willing to invest into your video projects? Have a certain number in your mind and then think like, is this a deal breaker? Like if it's a little bit over or a little bit under, you know, is that okay with me? I'm actually going to do a video about video editing costs and how people come up with their prices. But yeah, this is definitely something that you want to keep in the back of your head. You're ready to outsource your video editing. But how much is that going to cost? And what exactly goes into the price? As a video editor, I can tell you that there is a lot of different things that makes up the price of how much video editing costs. So we're going to talk about that. The first thing that's going to impact how much it costs to get your videos edited is the length of the actual video and the complexity of the edit. So when I mean the length, I mean how much footage the video editor actually has to go through. And then also the length of the final video. When I say the complexity of it, I mean like what's actually being done to the video. Is it just going to be music, and is it going to be captions, or are you going to have motion graphics and different animations that have to be done in After Effects? Depending on what you want in the video and how long it's going to take the video editor to create it, that also goes into the pricing. The next thing that's going to impact the cost of the video is the experience of the video editor. Are you working with a freelancer or an agency, and how much experience does a freelancer have? Agencies might be able to get your work done faster, but you might get better communications with a freelancer. It just all depends. I have seen less experienced video editors charge $15 to $30 per hour, while more experienced video editors can charge anywhere from like $50 to $150 depending on what type of video is actually being done. There are also editors like me who will charge you on a per project basis. Personally, me, I don't like the hassle of hourly billing, and I've been doing it for a while, so I can pretty much do an educated guess on how long it's actually going to take me to edit the video. Now, the next thing that's going to impact the price is the location of the actual video editor. If you're in the United States and you outsource to a video editor that's in the Philippines or India, their rate is much lower because the cost of living is lower over there. But if you hire someone in the United States, you're going to have to pay United States prices. So oftentimes I get the question of, why does video editing cost so much? And it's because it's a lot of factors to consider when actually quoting for a video editing project. Will every video editor charge the same? Absolutely not. So it's up to you to find the best one that fits. So I just want you to remember that video editors usually charge based on their experience. So just because it takes them a very short period of time to do something, it doesn't discount their value because it took years to learn that skill to be able to actually edit that video in that short amount of time. One of the most commonly asked questions that I get from my video clients when they start working with me is, how do I share these really big video files with you? So today I'm going to be sharing 3 ways you can share your video files, and also I'm going to be giving you some best practices when you're doing that. So the first way I'm going to talk about is Google Drive. Now, I want to say most of the businesses that I work with, they have Google Suite accounts. So most likely they have up to like 15 or 30 gigabytes of space. So the way that you do that is you just basically upload the video, and then you make sure that the person that you're sending it to has permission to view it and also edit it. And then you just copy the link and send it to them via email. The next platform that you can use is Dropbox, and you basically send files the same way, right? So you upload the file, you make sure that the person you're sending it to has the permission to view it, and then you share it with them. And the last app or software that you can use is OneDrive. So if your business uses Microsoft instead of Google, then you're able to use OneDrive. And you basically share it the same way. You upload the file, and then you make sure whoever you're sending it to has the permission to view it, and then you are able to copy the link and you can send it. So best practices when you're sending these files. So the first one is to, and I've said this like 3 times already, make sure the person that you're sending it to has permission to view and edit the file. So they don't have to go back and forth asking you, do you have it yet? Or, can you share the link with me? Or, I'm not able to view it. So just double check before you're sending it to just make sure that's not a problem at all. The next thing is to, before you're uploading these files, is to make sure you have a high speed connection. So, you're able to actually upload it in like a reasonable amount of time. So, for example, if you're at a coffee shop or anywhere where you're sharing the Wi-Fi with like a ton of people, or you're far away from your Wi-Fi box, that may not be the best time to upload it. You can usually go to Google and type in speed test, and then you can press run speed test. And once you run the speed test, Google will let you know if you have like a good or bad internet connection. So if your files are taking forever to upload or it's just not working, that's probably why. And the last thing that I want to mention is for organization purposes, when you're sending the video files to your video editor, if it's like for multiple videos, make sure you put each separate video's files into its own folders. So your video editor is not confused when they get the files and they're like, okay, which goes to which video. And then if you want to take it a step further, if you have like assets like photos or music or graphics that you also want to put into the video, make sure those are also in the right videos folder. All right, so let me paint a picture for you, right? So your video editor sends you back a video that they've been working on for quite some time, and you're like, okay, this is great, but this isn't exactly what I was envisioning. So you send back your revisions, and you're just going back and forth with the video editor. They're sending the video back, and you're going back and forth with them for weeks. Not gonna lie, I was that video editor probably like a few years back. But since then, I have come up with systems and processes that cuts back on all of the endless revisions so we can make the most out of our time. And today, I'm gonna talk about that process. So the first thing that I do begins before we even start the project. And that is, we have to get on a call. So I used to think that this was an optional thing, but then I came to realize all the clients that I talked to on the phone beforehand were always the best clients, the best projects, and they always had the best outcome. The ones where I didn't talk on the phone, they were the ones where, there were endless revisions or, there just wasn't enough communication. So getting on a call is important because it gives them a chance to tell me what exactly they want the outcome to be of the video project. It gives us a chance to see if we're a great fit. And then also it gives me a chance to tell them my process in editing the videos and also set expectations. The next thing that I do is I have them send over some information about their business. So that is logos, who their target audience is, their brand colors or their brand board, their fonts, and their social media platforms. Because this is so me as a video editor, I can understand what type of content they already put out, what they're already doing, what their brand voice sounds like, and then I can create videos based off their brand personality. And just by doing those first two things, that cut down a whole bunch of revisions that I had to make, because we're not going back and forth about, okay, you need to change the color here. Can we make the music sound a little less serious and more friendly? So that cuts down a lot of those revisions. The next thing that I do when it's time to send over the actual video edit, I now send it through a video collaboration tool. Now before, there used to be like this really long list of like revisions, and they had to send it through email or they had to put it on a Google document. And that's really great and all, but I wanted a place where they could put all their revisions and it could all be in one place. So now I use Frame.io. They get to tell me exactly what they want me to fix on the exact timestamp. Now, there are other programs like Frame.io, like Vimeo, Dropbox Replay, but I use Frame.io because I use the Adobe suite. And now just by using that simple step, I cut down revisions, and there's usually like maybe one more thing I need to do before the video is done. Now, usually after they send those revisions over through that program, they may ask for like one or two more things that need to be changed, and then that's it. We're done. After that, there is usually no more revisions that need to be done. They can have their video and I send it through Google Drive or Vimeo. How to organize all of your video assets in files to get it ready to be sent off to your video editor. Now, this is actually a good practice to start even before you actually start to outsource your videos to your video editor, just because it helps you to stay organized while you're editing your video content. And when it actually is time to outsource, you have systems and processes in place that you're able to share with your video editor. And also, this is especially important if you're going to want to have a lasting relationship with your video editor, because then you know where everything is and also they know where everything is. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a folder called video content. Now, this is where all of your video content will be hosted. No more having files all over the place. And then the second thing you're going to want to do is inside your video content folder, put a folder in there for each specific type of video content that you have. So create a folder if you have a video podcast, if you have YouTube, and then for your short video content. These video content formats should have different folders because they each require different assets. They're all different dimensions. So just having a home for each of them helps you when you're going back to look for files if you need to. All right, so after we create a folder for each type of video content, so YouTube, video podcast, short video content, we're gonna go inside of each of those folders and create an assets and a content folder. Now, as you can see, I'm inside my video content folder. Inside your assets folder, you're gonna wanna put B-roll library, brand graphics, and then you also want to add a music folder. In terms of B-roll library for YouTube content, so I record my own B-roll and then I also get B-roll from online, but since I talk about a lot of the same things, I'll just reuse B-roll content. The next is brand graphics. So in here, you can put your logos, you can put your brand guide with your brand colors, the hex numbers, and then another folder that you want to have in here is music. So this is the assets folder. And now going to the actual content folder. So with the content folder, you're going to want to put in each year. So for example, you see I have 2023 in here, and then I'm also getting ready for 2024. So I have my 2024 folder in here. And then once you go into the year, you're going to actually want to put folders in there for each month. And what this does is it makes your drive or your space less cluttered. Before I put these months in here, I had a list of like every single video that I created, but I didn't know which month that I created it in, so it was harder to find it. So we're gonna wanna put the actual month that we created the video content in there, and then when you go into that month, you're gonna wanna put all the actual video folders. So each video should have its own folder. And then inside of that folder, you can have everything like your script, video description, the actual raw video file. Now I don't have anything in here because I deleted it all off my drive and I put it on my hard drive just to put some more space for my client work in my Google Drive. Now, if you don't want to separate the assets from the videos and you don't want to build it up like that, you can also just put all of that stuff in here. So you would just put the music for this video in here and the graphics and the B-roll for each video. That is also another way that you can do it. So the whole purpose of organizing your video files is so when you actually do send it to your video editor, they're not having to go through all these loops, asking you for permissions for all of the folders, and basically they're not confused when it's time to go edit your video. So we have a problem. Business owners need video editors and video editors need clients, but no one seems to know where anyone is, or, it's never a good fit. Today I'm going to tell you the best platforms where you can find video editors for your YouTube videos and short video content. The first platform that I want to mention is Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I'm just discovering this community within the last few months. So I would think that video editors would hang out on a platform like Instagram or TikTok, but maybe not. Let me know in the comments if this comes to you as a surprise that they're all hanging out on there. Now I'm actually going to show you how to find the video editors on there as well. So basically you just go to the search bar and you search up whatever type of video editor that you're looking for. So if it's a gaming video editor or a short form video editor or a YouTube video editor, just search it up on the platform and then you should see a whole bunch of people's Twitter profiles pop up, and then you can go to the actual search results and you can see what type of content pops up. And once you see something that catches your eyes, you can actually go to the media portion of the video editor's profile, and if they're super active on the platform, then you should be able to see some before and afters, or basically you'll be able to see their portfolio of work. So this is a more like passive way of finding a video editor if you don't want to put out the post to say that you're looking for one and you just want to see what's out there. But if you're super ready and you just want one now, if you have a Twitter or an X account, whatever you want to call it, you can just go ahead and send out a tweet that says, I'm looking for a video editor, I need my videos edited for this platform and this is my budget, and I'm looking for video editors with this much experience. Whatever you can fit into that tweet, send it out, and then actually you'll get a whole bunch of video editors and they will reach out to you because they're most likely looking for work on the platform. The next platform that I want to mention, and this platform is specifically for people who are on YouTube, and the platform is called YouTube Jobs. So with the nature of YouTube, it's long form video content. You have to keep people engaged in order for them to get to the end or for your watch time hours to go up. That is just the nature of the platform. So what YouTube Jobs does is it created a platform just for people specifically looking for YouTube editors. You can also find like thumbnail people on there, YouTube strategists. I've seen a whole bunch of different posting, but it's specifically for YouTube. Now you do have to pay a fee to post a job. I think it's like $149, and if you want to boost the post, then you can pay a little bit extra on top of that. But I do think it's a really good platform because you actually, for the video editors, they have to put a portfolio of their actual YouTube videos. And if you like those videos, then, you can see yourself in, their client's shoes, and you can be like, okay, I can see this video being on my YouTube channel or something like that. And on the video editor side, when they're sending you their information, it usually has, their name, a sample of their work, their country, their state, and why they're interested in doing work for you. So it is super simple, and I actually think this website is good because it gets to weed out like people who don't really have like a lot of experience, and you'll usually see like a lot of really big YouTubers on YouTube jobs looking for people to edit their videos. Now, before I dive into the rest of this content, I wanted to mention that I am a video editor and I edit videos for business owners such as service providers, consultants, and coaches. So if you fit into one of those categories and you are currently looking for a video editor, then you can go ahead and click the link below in the description box to schedule a call, and we can see if we're a good fit for each other. Now, the third platform that I want to mention is called FreeUp. This platform is similar to Upwork or Fiverr, where you post a job and then people are coming to you. But on this platform, they are super selective on the talent that they actually let onto the platform. And then for the talent who actually do want to work with you, they have to submit a ticket telling the FreeUp moderators why they would be a good fit. And if the FreeUp moderators think that they are a good fit for you, they will send them over to you. So basically what this platform does is it doesn't overwhelm you with video editor requests from all over the place. They try to really simplify the amount of people that you have to talk to during your hiring process. And then, like I said, they only accept up to 10% of the people who actually apply to be on the platform. So you can find some of the best. I'm actually on there and I love that platform. And then the fourth platform that I wanted to mention is Upwork. I chose to mention this platform last because I feel like this is one of the more well-known ones. So basically you post a job on the platform and then freelancers from all over are able to apply to the gig. Now you can set up different qualifications, so you could say maybe they have to be like an advanced editor, or they have to be in this specific time zone. You can set up stuff like that, but you could probably find a video editor on there for almost any price. A lot of beginners and people from different countries. There's just a big variety of people on the platform, so I'm pretty sure whatever you're looking for, you can find it. The only thing with that is, like I said, you do get proposals from everybody, so you may have to like sift through and look through all the requests, and it may take you a few times to actually find somebody that you want to work with. So today I'm going to show you the exact way that I onboard my video editing and my video strategy clients. So having an onboarding process for me is very important because it keeps everything, like our files and information, it keeps everything all in one place. So we're not losing things through email and, having to go back months and months in our email boxes trying to find things. So right after you go through the process of, booking a call, we have our discovery call, and then we decide we're a good fit for each other. The next steps would be that I will send over a contract and an invoice. Now, I usually send my contracts through HelloSign, and HelloSign, it's a website where I can send contracts and you can sign it digitally. And then I send my invoices through QuickBooks. And then once you send that information back to me, you will then be sent a link to your client portal. And this is where all of the information will live. So here is my client video portal. This is basically where I host all of my other things in my business at. So it was only right for me to put my client portal in here as well. So as you can see here, the first thing that you see is the to-do list. So there's sign contract and pay invoice. Once that's done, we can just check that off. And then the next thing that you're going to want to do is create a designated content folder that we're going to put all your videos in. And then the next thing that you're going to do is fill out the about section. So here is our resources tab and the ideas tab. So basically the resources tab, this has my contact information and also your contact information that's at the top of the list. And then also what I like to put here is, based on our conversation from our sales call, if you say, you have trouble getting comfortable in video, or, basically any of the problems that I may be able to help you with. If I see any resources, I'll just basically put them in here and then let you know that I added it to that list. And also, if there's not anything in the About section that I may not have went over, you can also put that in this area to let me know more about your business. So right here is the Ideas tab. This is more for like when we start working together. So, usually when I work with clients, they have like a set amount of calls that they can have with me a month. And you know how when you're talking to your client, or, when you're talking to a freelancer that you're working with and you're on the phone and you guys are just spilling out all these ideas. So I actually like to put that in the board. We don't have to get back to it at that very moment, but it's just nice to have it there for the future. Because I know personally that when I'm on these calls, we're all excited talking about new ideas. And then sometimes after we get off the call, we completely forget it. So that's why the Ideas tab is right there. And then this is the next section. This is the About section. Now, this is what you're going to be filling out when you first come in. You fill it out one time. That's it. We don't have to go back in there anymore. So if you're giving me access to any of your accounts, that's where you'll put all the information right here. Your brand board, or basically your brand colors. If you have one of those, you put that right here so I can refer back to this information when I need it. We also put your social media goals in here. The next thing is KPIs. So basically that's me asking you, okay, what would make the video campaign successful? Like what type of outcomes would you want that we can actually measure? Is it going to be more clients? Is it going to be lead magnet downloads? Like what's going to make us working together successful? And this sort of gives us like a goal to reach. So if we're not meeting those goals, it's like, okay, what can we do to make sure we're hitting these goals and making sure, what we're doing is actually working. And the next thing is like the business background information. So right here, you could put the link to your website, or, you can write up like a little blurb about who you are and like what you do. Put your bio there. It's just some extra information that's nice to have on hand. And then down here we have all the products and services. So again, you can put your website page here with all your products and services, or you can have a Google Doc right there. And this is basically so I can know exactly what you offer and what you do. And this will help with the video content creation part. And then over here we have our timeline for the video. So in this area, it's to title, we have to record, and then we have an edit. And that's basically the process that the video is going through. And I'm like, okay, we have to script this video. So for example, I'm just going to say how to edit, right? So now how to edit is, in titling and scripting. So we have to script the video, and then we have to give it a good title. Once that is done, it is now over to the record section. So that means it's up to the client to record the videos and then send it back. And then right here, the next section is it's an edit. Now in the edit section, I actually have like another video about this, about how I go about not having to go through like endless video revisions. But once it's an edit, I go through the rough draft first, and then I send it back through Frame.io and I ask you, is there like any things that need to be updated? And you write your comments and then send it back. And yeah, so each separate video will have its own little card to move over. And then after that, it is in scheduled. And then once it's published, we will move it over to publish. So yeah, that is my onboarding process and what it looks like to be inside the client portal. Now, of course, depending on what exactly we're doing, things can be removed, things can be added, but I just like the idea of having everything in one place so we don't have to be scrambling around in our emails. Okay, I need help, including my videos. So this is like a script that I said that you could possibly use. So I was just basically saying, I was like, hey, so I'm a video editor and I am looking for some help with my videos and my clients' videos. So you will be editing videos for mostly business owners on YouTube, so mostly long form content. So I said what I'm looking for. So I was like, I'm looking for clean cuts and transitions. I'm looking for you to remove filler words such as like, ums, and ahs. I'm looking for you to have for you to be able to find B-roll that makes sense and that is also diverse. I'm looking for text animations, ability to work inside of Frame.io, which is like a platform that I use to like send my clients' files to them. I'm looking for a 24 to 48 hour turnaround time. I'm looking for good communication skills and basically the ability to work in CapCut or Premiere Pro. I said, if you are a consistent, reliable editor, this will be good for you because I will be able to send you multiple projects. So it was very straight. It was very to the point. I sent this to, so I had batch filmed my content. So I was able to basically pick 4 video editors so I put out the posting and then like a whole bunch of people got back to me, but I only picked 4. I picked them based on their portfolio. So I looked through their video portfolios and I was like, okay, well, this video looks nice. And basically, if I like their style already, I was like, okay, I will send you the test videos. So yeah, I found 3 on Upwork and then I found I found 1 on Twitter. So the 3 on Upwork, 1 came back like within a very fast time frame. I believe it was within like 24 hours. No, it was within like 30 hours or so. It was like a day and a half after I sent him the video. He sent it back and he was the first one and I was like, wow, this looks great. Like it matched my video editing style, but he added his sort of like own flavor to it. So, that was like really nice. So I think I had made my mind up at that point that he was definitely one of the ones that I wanted to start working with. And then, but I was like, okay, I can't just, I was like, let me hold out. And then there was the video editor on Twitter. He actually got the video back pretty fast. He got it back within 24 hours. It was really fast. And, but he had like a lot of animations and stuff in the video. And I'm not really big on like all the super like flashy animations. I don't think it's necessary personally. But you could argue with me about that. I don't know. So yeah, he sent it back really fast though, and it was very clean. Did not need any edits. It was just like a lot of animations. So I was like, okay, I love how fast you sent that back. Like the video, maybe not one of my favorites, but I love how fast you sent it back. Like, and for me, communication, reliability, and being able to have a fast turnaround time, that's very important. So the last 2 editors, they sent it back probably like later in the day. I sent everybody the videos on like Tuesday. The first 2 got it back to me on Wednesday and like early morning Thursday. And then the other 2 sent it like later in the day on Thursday. And the last 2, one of the video editors, it had like a lot of spelling corrections. So, and then I also asked her to like remove some B-roll because I didn't think it made sense. And there was like 4 spelling errors. And then another one was I don't think I really liked the style of the video at all. And yeah, he was also kind of like pushy, like just kind of pushy video editor. And I was like, I don't think this is going to work because you're like low key, like very pushy and you're kind of getting on my nerves. So that, and on top of that, I didn't really like the video that he sent back. So I did end up choosing 2 to sort of like help me out when I've sort of gotten overwhelmed. I was like, okay, so you guys didn't need any revisions, and also, you're on time. So I'm gonna pick these 2. So since then, and this has been about a week or 2 ago, since then I have sent one of the video editors even more videos to edit for my clients because I know I can trust him because he's done like probably 3 or 4 for me already. So if you made it to the end here, thank you for watching the entire video. I hope this makes the process a little bit smoother. Now, if you happen to be looking for a video editor soon, definitely click the link down below in the description box to book a call. And I will see you in the next video.